Ladies, we need to talk about stories that don't get happy endings, about trauma that gets swept under the rug, about women whose voices get silenced while everyone else takes center stage in their pain. If you've ever felt like your story got hijacked by someone else's agenda, then Dinah's story is going to speak to places in your heart you might not want to visit. Genesis 34:1 tells us Dinah, the daughter Leah had borne to Jacob, went out to visit the daughters of the land. Sounds innocent enough, right? A young woman wanting to connect with other women, explore her world, maybe find friendship outside her family bubble. But here's where everything goes horribly wrong. Shechem, son of Hamor the Hivite, saw her, took her, and violated her. Genesis 34:2 doesn't sugarcoat it. This was sexual assault, period. This wasn't romance, this wasn't love, this was violence disguised as desire. And here's what breaks my heart. We never hear Dinah's voice after this. Not once. Her trauma becomes everyone else's story. Her pain becomes everyone else's plot point. Her violation becomes everyone else's motivation. Jacob's response? Genesis 34:5 says he held his peace. Translation: he did nothing. The father who should have protected her, comforted her, fought for justice, he stayed silent. How many women know what it feels like to have the people who should protect you go silent when you need them most? But her brothers? They were enraged and very angry, according to Genesis 34:7. Their anger led to deception and mass murder. They wiped out an entire city in the name of defending their sister's honor. But notice, nobody asked Dinah what she wanted. Nobody consulted her about revenge. Her trauma became their excuse for violence. This is what happens when everyone makes your pain about them. When your story gets hijacked by other people's emotions, other people's agendas, other people's need to be the hero or victim or avenger. Here's what I want you to understand. Dinah's silence in this narrative doesn't mean she was weak. Sometimes trauma steals your voice. Sometimes shock leaves you speechless. Sometimes people around you are making so much noise about your pain that you can't find space to speak. But God heard her silence. He saw her pain. And he preserved her story not as a cautionary tale about what happens to girls who venture out, but as a testament to living in a broken world where bad things happen to innocent people. Dinah teaches us crucial truths. First, your trauma is not your fault. Dinah went out to visit other women, a normal, healthy thing to do. She didn't cause what happened to her. Stop blaming yourself for other people's choices to hurt you. Second, other people's responses to your pain don't determine your worth. Jacob's silence didn't make her less valuable. Her brother's violence didn't restore her honor. Your value isn't determined by how people respond to what you've been through. Third, your voice matters even when others try to silence it. Dinah may not speak in this narrative, but her story speaks volumes. Your experience matters, your perspective matters. Don't let others tell your story. Finally, God sees you in your silence. When you can't find words for your pain, when trauma has stolen your voice, when others are talking over you, God sees you. He knows your story. Stop letting other people make your pain about them. Stop accepting silence as your only option. Stop believing that because bad things happen to you, you don't get to have a voice in what happens next. You are not Dinah the victim. You are Dinah, daughter of Jacob, woman of dignity, person of worth. Your story doesn't end with what someone did to you. It continues with what God does through you. Maybe someone violated your trust, your body, your sense of safety. Maybe the people who should have protected you failed you. Maybe others used your pain as excuse for their own destructive behavior. But your story isn't over. Your voice isn't lost forever. And your worth isn't determined by what was done to you or how others responded. God has more chapters to write in your story. Chapters where your voice is heard, your pain is healed, and your strength is revealed. Don't let anyone convince you that your story ends with trauma. Dinah's narrative may be brief, but her significance is eternal. She represents every woman whose story got hijacked, whose voice got silenced, whose pain got exploited. But God sees, God knows. And God is writing a better ending to your story than anyone could imagine. That's the truth. Now, reclaim your voice and live it. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you soon.